Well, actually, it's my birthday, and I wanted to come down here because there's not very many places to do parkour around there, and it's my first time, and I've always watched people do it like on YouTube, and it's amazing. Like, I don't understand how people do all the flips and everything. I haven't mastered that yet, my first day.
Basically, almost anything is parkour that's not like just like walking.
I mean, the only thing you're limited by in parkour is your imagination. If you can think it, you can do it, and everything is within the sport, really.
Parkour really kind of taught me to play more and be physically active a lot, like infinite amount more than before.
A big part of it is actually me seeing younger kids and adults doing parkour, which was like non-existent when I started.
Getting adults to get back to the notion of playing, get them used to moving around again.
But then when you look at a child and they just have eyes filled with wonder and there's nothing outside of their realm of possibility, and think beyond what you're currently doing.
So my bed, computer. This is just my closet. That's pretty messy in there. Yeah, it's pretty messy. One of the reasons I like parkour is because it's not competitive. I actually don't play a ton of sports. I played a little bit of baseball, but I quickly realized I did not like it. I'm not really like a team sports type of guy.
Sam is like a little 12-year-old YouTube/Instagram star where like kids from all over the country are just like, what did you do to that kid? Like, how did he become so good?
And he's always been a mover and shaker. He's done diving, trampoline, gymnastics, just general overall movement.
Something I like to do in my spare time is I like to Rubik's Cube. So it's all about like solving the fastest. So you can buy like specific like cubes for like solving faster and stuff. I like the idea of self-improvement, so it just like all around I find it makes me like a better person.
Oh my God! If he had to stop parkour, he said it would be like cutting off his arm.
I was doing a flip in the foam pit, like a really basic flip, and I fell and I put my hand back and I don't know, I just tore a ligament in my thumb apparently right here, so I had to just wear this. I actually shouldn't be doing parkour, but I just got this, and so I wouldn't be as happy. I'd probably be pretty fat because like that's really the only thing from keeping me going to buy food and just like eating a bunch of junk food.
That's actually the closest I've ever done.
I remember in elementary school, I hated even changing for gym class. I'd be like that really awkward kid who had his shorts on under his pants all day because he didn't want to get changed for gym class.
But I feel like most people, especially around my age and older, they kind of lose the vision of their bodies. It's almost as if they completely forget that their bodies can actually do amazing things.
I had gone up to 235 pounds, I think it was. I was very overweight. I had got type 2 diabetes. I had to take 2 of these pills called metformin. I knew I had to lose weight. 1 month. For 1 month, I'm gonna eat healthy. I went to granola and yogurt and berry breakfasts to salad lunches, and that month stuck. I've got lazy though. I used to use fresh berries, but now frozen berries. Got me stuck in a tree. In a tux. I don't recommend that. People at the wedding, it was my brother's wedding, they couldn't believe that the guy who got stuck in a tree in a tux was gonna do parkour.
Sort of regardless of how athletic you are, you can start and like you can just like vault over something or climb onto something and do it slowly.
You can be first place every time. You don't have to come second, you don't have to come third. You can always be first in whatever you're doing.
I'd love to know what was going through Dan's head after the first intro lesson, because yeah, it was bad.
Like when I see his old Facebook pictures, I'm always like, whoa, so out of shape, really sedentary. We started with like the slowest stuff with him.
How was that class?
It was exhausting. Dan classes can be exhausting.
I was at the office and I saw a news article about a video that was shot with it. And so I saw the video and it just instantly it clicked. It was parkour. I was like, I've got to try this. I choose to do parkour. I choose to train. I choose to train harder on those days that I train harder.
Well, right now we're in investor meetings with Sun Moon Energy, so we're trying to secure a substantial investment to bring our technologies to commercialization. And yeah, so we've been having meetings back and forth in Korea and New York to try to secure those investments, and then we'll be able to bring our technologies to market over the next couple of years so that we can bring clean energy to the world. I thought I wanted to own my own advertising agency, and I became obsessed with all of these goals and just trying to attain them and never giving myself the opportunity to simply just rest and relax and appreciate what I already have. It was as though I was never satisfied. There was a time in my life when I was going through some really dark fatigue.
I suffer with depression and psychosis. So for someone who might not know, depression is like feelings of sadness, hopelessness, feeling like things aren't worth doing. Psychosis, for me at least, is stuff like paranoia. I guess the best way of explaining it is almost like a dark tint on everything. Every aspect of your life, it becomes almost consumed by this depression or anxiety or whatever you want to call it.
Because I had actually resolved that I was going to put a bullet in my brain if I couldn't figure out this situation over the span of 2 years. So that was certainly one of the darkest periods of my life.
Parkour has really helped Sam a lot. He's had a few challenges in life. Sam's dad was a triathlete. He was a crazy, heli skier and long distance biker. His father passed away 3 years ago. And when his father was sick, his father still encouraged him to do some parkour, and his father was very active. I think if Sam's dad was here, he would encourage him to keep following, his passion. I think really parkour has become Sam's passion in life, and I think that's an admirable thing, and especially amazing for a 12-year-old to find a passion so young.
Mentally, for me, it's like every time I would go to a parkour class, it was killing demons.
But when I do parkour, I feel grounded, almost more comfortable in life while doing parkour.
After I'd started training, after I was starting to lose weight, I think it was last spring that I realized maybe I don't need the pills at all anymore. So I finally told the doctor, yeah, he definitely wasn't happy. He ordered the tests, he came back fine. So he was okay with me no longer taking the meds, and things have been fine since. I kept the last run of it too. I just didn't have the heart to throw it out. So yeah, I literally went from that awkward kid who didn't want to do gym, who was too ashamed of his body to even get changed around anyone else, to someone who goes to the gym all the time because I want to.
Everybody's got their own thing. This is a place where it doesn't matter what issues you have at home, everybody here is your friend. You're allowed to say anything you want to these people. And I think it helps these guys a lot, because everybody else who sort of doesn't understand them in life and thinks like, oh, you can get better and this and that, we sort of just don't ask questions, and we sort of just have our hands open and say, you're welcome here.
Health often just has sad emotions attached to it, right? When we think about health, we very rarely, I would say, get excited about health. But parkour was something that got me excited.
People are balanced in 3 ways, in my opinion. They are balanced physically, mentally, and spiritually. And if you can remove one of those areas that's troublesome and focus on another area, it's almost instant relief.
Parkour is just like really enjoying the moment and just being in it and not worrying about the outside world, which in and of itself is a deeply meditative practice as well, just to like let yourself go and be a kid and play and appreciate the fact that you exist as a human being instead of worrying about, you know, what it is that you're trying to accomplish all the time.
When I do parkour, it's like I don't care about anything else. It's just like I'm there, I'm improving on my, like I'm improving myself, I'm improving my flips, I'm improving everything.
Everyone sort of has a passion, everyone sort of has something in their life that they're like, hey, this is what I really love to do. But a lot of times people sort of just put it away or like hide it in a box and say, you know, school told me I should do this, so I'm just gonna leave my passion to the side. Whereas me, it's just like every morning waking up, it's just like, what do I wanna do? I wanna do parkour. And that's it. And it's just all I wanna do is think of that passion, and money and life problems and all that stuff, I figure all that will be solved if I just am passionate about what I wanna do.